right, let's get in. We going. What's going on? It's another race week. I'm your host, Jay, Wolfpack Performance Star Podcast, home of the hottest live talk show on Formula One planet, F1 Minute, where the platform is more about you than it is about me, and we're about to talk about the British GP weekend. We are about to turn up, about to have a good weekend. At least some of us are about to have a good weekend. Some teams are going to lose, some drivers are going to lose, some drivers are going to win, some teams are going to win. But I can tell you one thing. I know there are teams making updates. I know we are waiting to see if there are upgrades. I almost want to say Williams is definitely probably going to be categorized as an upgrade at this point in time. I would say that Mercedes looks like they are struggling. And if they are struggling, we're going to have to see what they do in FP3. I am not buying into the sandbagging thing anymore. What's going on? Mary Beanie, first in the chat. Give Mary Beanie some props first in the chat. By the way, we will have quality kickback trivia. We will not have questions from Mary Beanie as of yet. They are not ready. Jason Bright, the mechanic, what's going on? But I am not buying in. I am not using the sandbagging thing anymore, right? Everything needs to be proven. It needs to be verified. It needs to be official. Now, if they are sandbagging, great. Awesome. Then show it to me. But I will not say that Mercedes is right now sandbagging because, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to say for these reasons, I will not say they are sandbagging. We saw that they definitely were on the back foot in Austria. It was not a good showing. It wasn't a great showing. It was a lot of exceeding track limits. It was very frustrating for Lewis Hamilton. We heard Toto say over radio that we know the car is bad, just drive it. So I can't go from Austria GP, the car's bad. We had not so great of a performance in comparison to what we saw in Canada to go to this week. It's just sandbagging. I'm going to have to ride with the likely of the two and say that Mercedes have introduced new updates. And since they have introduced these new updates, they are trying to find their way. They're trying to find out how these new updates will be incorporated, what changes they need to make, as well as other teams are, right? So with that being said, I think it is also fair. People, do not sleep on Mercedes. It is known, it is proven, it is factual. Mercedes are one of the teams, if any team on the grid, that can develop over the course of a season and that can turn things around overnight, as they will work hard, they will stay late, they will go home early, they will show up early, they will do what is needed to be done to try to get that car into peak performance in its current status. The mechanic, I think they're running configuration tests to accommodate the new wing. Thank you. Which is what I was getting to. Thank you, mechanic. You on point. You on point. What I'm saying. I do agree with that as well. They are running testing configurations. If they're running testing configurations, that's not sandbagging, right? They're running testing configurations, trying to figure it out. Sandbagging is when you already have it in the bag. You know what it is. You know what you could do. You know, as soon as you pour that sack, you know what's coming out. That's sandbagging, and you just hold and wait to the most minute. But when you're trying to run test configurations to figure out the optimal performance of anything, that's not sandbagging. That's trying to get things figured out. What are we going to do? How are we going to configure it? What's the best thing within its current state? So those are two different things right there. I really firmly believe those are two different things. And I do believe in Mercedes, and I do believe with this being their home GP, I'm pretty sure Mercedes want to show out. All right. They want to show out. They want to bring it. What's up, Blue Diva Pigs? What's up, D-Car? What's going on, everybody? So yeah, they want to bring out and show things. I can tell you right now, Ferrari's not showing out, but let's get to some other things that are happening, because the British GP has brought about a lot of things. Like, this is like loaded nachos. You got the beef, you got the cheese, the jalapenos, the sour cream, the tortilla chips. You probably got steak. You probably got all types of things in here. Jay London says, what's up, fam? I think Merc is fine and that they are getting the car in the best window. Merc didn't forget how to build a great car, and I firmly agree with that. That's what I was also saying. The mechanic says, we on the Wolfpack vibe frequency. Mary got all the juice. I think FP2 was really good. I think FP2 was good for teams. I think it was very questionable in the eyes of people for Mercedes. But I think you have to also remain not loyal, but I think you have to remain confident that Mercedes is going to continue to push forward and progress. Will I Am says, what's up, fam? Williams F1 has entered the chat. Hey, Williams F1 has entered the chat and the race, because I was very happy, even though it's going to yield to my brother, Will I Am, having a rookie that might battle my rookie in Pia, which was forced on me, by the way. But I'm okay with it because I'm up right now. But Williams, like I was saying, updates yet yielding to be progress is here. I thought it was awesome as hell to see Williams in FP2 pop to the top of the charts, although 30 minutes into an hour session. Both drivers popped to the top of the charts in the top 5 with times. I thought that was very, very awesome. And I got excited about it. I got excited about it because it may not be so much that I'm about Logan Sargent, although he's the most recent American on the grid, so I am, like en route of that. But I'm more en route of Williams returning to greatness one day, to returning to at least a top 5 competitive team one day. And I think Williams is showing us that they are working damn hard to make that happen. James Vowles is showing us that he is the guy for the job. Albon is showing us that he is going to be that number 1 driver that team needs to take them back to the graces of God. That fallen angel will grow wings again and fly high. I think that is what will happen with Williams, and I'm looking for it. I'm all about that. So with that being said, let's take a look at some of the things and kind of give what I think my outcome is going to be, or what I think may happen in FP3, at least, not the full race, not qualifying just yet, what we might see in FP3. Of course, Red Bull at the top. I think also we have to take note, is it not kind of suspect that we now see Perez consecutively making it to the top 3? Does that promote some type of concern or some type of some aha moment? I think so. I think we all knew. Oh, the mechanic says I was impressed with my rookie Pia today. That's what I'm talking about, mechanic Pia. Sargent could take a couple back seat. And Nick DeVries already in the cocoon. Yo, Nick DeVries is on vacation already, bro. We gonna get on Nick DeVries. Like, he's donkey of the season. Forget the day. He's donkey of J-Rob, I see you with that blue badge. What's up? Remember a few years ago, Merck had a big update, had OK Friday, and busted out the rest of the weekend. Thank you, J-Rob, for bringing that to our attention. It also goes along with what I was saying about Mercedes' ability to not only develop throughout the course of a season, but turn things around overnight and come back the next day bright. Okay, we've seen some other times where they haven't. We will have honey buns tomorrow for Quali Kickback Trivia. We will be here live tomorrow for Quali, so be here, all right? So let's go back into this. Of course, FP1, Verstappen, Perez, like I said, it's kind of funny. Also, Albon at the top 3 right there at the end of that FP1 session, which definitely is an indication that Williams are in the right direction. Now I'm going to be realistic for the race. I'm going to be realistic for FP3 and qualifying. I think at least in FP3, Williams probably one of those drivers, maybe even both, but I'm going to say likely Albon instead of Sargent, because that's what we've seen thus far, is in the top 10 again. I think that's what happens. Sargent, I would like to see him make it out at least into Q2, but if he could into Q3 and populate that top 10 along with Albon, that would be success for me, Williams, right now. D-Spec Garage says, I don't know, Merck put Lewis Hamilton in a Rari possible P1. Hey, let's just be real right now. We put him in the Ferrari. If we really say that, D-Spec, we put Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari. Where is he right now? In the garage, not having any runs, because that's where Charles was, with electrical issues that damn near turned into a forest fire. That's what we're talking about. Like, we talking about putting Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari. Let's talk about if he was in the Ferrari right now, he'd have no runs. That was their number 1 driver. Electrical fire, damn near need Smokey the Bear because it's a forest fire, okay? Wall of humans, fire extinguishers, That's not leading to anybody having a great qualifying or FP3. So I'm still not on board with Lewis Hamilton with Ferrari. I've told you all, and I've told many people, Ferrari have a set of problems that are, to me at this point in time, worse than what Mercedes have. They're inconsistent. They've been unreliable. They can't get their head wrapped around good strategies. They almost have an internal, not feud amongst drivers, maybe head to head, but feud amongst what we're going to do with both of these drivers. Carlos is probably getting impatient. Okay, the car's development seems like it was going up, but now not so much. So Ferrari have their own set of problems that may not be such a great environment or a greater environment for Lewis Hamilton to be in. Okay, it'd be like hopping out the skillet into boiling water that is scalding, burning hot, that you would use to basically have a European deer head on your wall to get all that off. That's pretty much what you're looking at right there. The mechanic says Marco needs to retire because he he talk a lot of crap after eating his bro, you wrong. After eating his pudding, but I won't be mad at him if he gets rid of Nick DeVries. It is what it is. Yo, you should have said tapioca. You should have said tapioca instead of pudding. That would have sent me through. I would have really rolled. That tapioca, that's probably what Marco eating. But yeah, I wouldn't be mad at him. I'm still trying to give Nick DeVries the benefit of the doubt to go into next season. But if he doesn't, I'm not like overly sad or upset about it at all. All right, so then we got Alonso. Still a nice considerable gap between Alonso and Stroll. Stroll having several complaints throughout free practice. I mean, from the broken mirror, which is not a complaint, that's an observation. He didn't break the mirror. The mirror it was broken. All right, that's just what happened. Also, if we get beyond that, he got hit with a rock in his finger, but said he'd be okay. I don't know what the point is of you even bringing it up if you're okay. I mean, you're okay. Maybe you're a little sensitive about your hand since your incident, but at least in FP1, Ferrari, not too bad, but separated with Alpine and Ocon. Gasly, like I've been saying, Gasly's not that guy. Both McLaren drivers, top 10. Stroll right there, split in the middle right there, having a papaya, being part of a papaya sandwich, actually, because he's in the middle. So it's the pickle in the papaya sandwich. So that's what we got right there. So then if we go ahead and go into FP2, which we just came out of, look at those results. Now, also, I would like to say, you look at those results. If this was qualifying, Hamilton's out Q2. And Russell is out in Q2. Okay, they're not even making it into Q3 if this was qualifying day, which it's not. So fortunately for them, they got an opportunity to work on it for FP3 and turn it around. But let's go ahead and go over here to FP2 and look at this, which is not any better than what we saw in FP1. Still, Lewis Hamilton and Russell would not make it out of Q2 into Q3. Stroll this time being on top in 6th and Alonso being in 10th. Only one of the papaya drivers is in the top 10 for FP2, Pia, which at one point in time held that first position. I would like to make note, both Williams drivers in the top 10. Williams may be here to legitimately stay. I am going to be looking for them to continue to improve through the rest of the season and have just exciting qualies in races. I told you all at the beginning of the season, if Williams could get both of their drivers race day in and race day out and have two drivers in the top 10, that is a huge success for Williams, a huge success for them. And I am going to support that all the way home to get the check, go to the bank, cash it, and make it rain, okay? So outside of them, we got Perez separated by a couple of cars, one of the Williams cars. Sainz is out there by himself. Leclerc stuck in the garage with a fire situation. Verstappen, again, laying the fastest laps. I would like to point out that Zhou and Valtteri still kind of struggling over that Alfa Romeo, not looking so hot. The Haas boys very drastically split up there, and then AlphaTauri definitely looking abysmal today, especially with Nick DeVries and his situation. But let's talk about some other things. Let's talk about some livery action. let's talk about some livery action, because there's some swag going on out there as far as liveries are concerned. And I do mean swag city. Let's get into this. McLaren livery is so damn beautiful. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's the American in me or the custom car in me, but when I see chrome, I'm like Goldfinger. I like chrome. I like chrome and I like gold. But this chrome livery is saucy, baby. That thing is all the way up. All the way up. I gotta give salute to that. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm about to hand this trophy out. I'm being legitimately serious when I tell you this. I'm about to hand out the swag livery trophy to McLaren. Their liveries have been on point. Their triple crown livery, hot. This chrome livery, hot. Their regular livery, I liked it. So I'm telling you right now, McLaren is like livery king right now. But the mechanic says some of us having YouTube glitch problems. Horner and Salty Queen of Spain probably hijack your stream, but I love McLaren livery fire. Indeed, I don't see any problems on this side. Stream health is good. It says stream health is excellent. So I'm pretty sure that they're hating on us like they typically do. But that's what they're going to do. They're going to hate on greatness, all right? Because y'all great. They don't like y'all being great. Grandmaster X, what's up, bro? The chrome is fire, no lie. It is fire. It is fire. But I'm going to tell you something. This weekend, it is fire, but we got to be for real. We gotta talk about it. Oh, my gosh. That livery right there. That livery right there in my country's voice, that livery right there is hot. Yo, Williams coming with a package for real. Not only are they coming with updates, but they coming with a livery to accommodate and really actuate these updates. The livery, the Williams livery is probably right now, aside from Mercedes, because you always bet on black, never go back, it don't crack. Yo, the livery on Williams is like probably, it might be second to the Triple Crown. Nah, it's first to me. That livery is nice. I do indeed like that. I ain't got no changes for it. I like it. Period. Point blank, period. The Williams livery is nice. I like it very much so. And I'm trying to tell you, yes, there have been people all over voicing concerns about YouTube dropping. Now, you do have to keep in mind that also there is a big update happening, and which reminds me to tell you, if you're on Threads, you can follow me on Threads, the F1 Minute Threads, Wolfpack Performance Threads, but there is indeed a big update going on throughout, everybody trying to find a way to keep up with everything that's changing. So indeed, we might be having issues. On my end, it's showing that everything is healthy. The mechanic said Sky Pundit said they didn't like it, and your girl Naomi is pretty much a robot now. She follows, and that's sad. That is sad. The mechanic, I kind of saw this coming, because you all remember I kind of addressed it, right? I addressed it when she became like Max Verstappen's PR during a race weekend, where people were talking about what happened with Max in the situation, and she's like, "Oh, we ain't talking about that." Yeah, we talking about that. It's happening in a race weekend. Why are we not talking about it? And it's been a little bit damaging for her, as far as her being, the people viewing her on what she could have been, which maybe she should be, and how she should be representing, but she's not really doing that right now. So I am a little disappointed. But like I said, I mean, I've reached out to Naomi several times to come on the show and talk about her experience as a woman, not only being in motorsports, but having to leave motorsports for certain reasons, and then finding her way into being a commentator and how that's working out for her. But of course, no answer. But Susie Wolf answers me, even though she said she didn't have the time, things were going on. And plus, she was getting ready before that email. I believe she was already in the process of getting ready to go to F1 Academy. So I completely understand. But the point is, she took the time to respond not once, but twice. All right. Naomi, nothing. And I've had close contact people reach out to her and nothing. So it's a little questionable for me, but still wish her the best on whatever she's gonna do. But I'm just saying what the truth is. It is what it is. So yeah, Williams livery, spicy, nice, definitely liking it all day, every way you can get it. Burger King, have it your way type situation. Now let's get into these lids though. Let's get into these lids. Drivers coming out with some pretty fire lids. Valtteri's lid right here to the left. Definitely like the setup, like the flat screen in the back, like the cars around the livery, looking real nice, real clean. But Gasly's livery to the right, I like what they did when they presented it. It's like they really went around town, kind of had it in different spots and just somebody holding the helmet out. That was a cool way, a really nice kind of way to dress that up. It was cool. But I got to say, these are not the two best liveries out there. Even Alonso new livery, but Alonso's livery wasn't really that spiced up. It was okay. Nothing really great about it. So the next two liveries that I think look the best, of course, Lewis Hamilton coming with a livery. Mission 44. Now, let me speak to this because I had some jackasses come on the channel. And they literally tried to say, let me get big when I say this. They literally tried to say Lewis Hamilton may speak up for human rights or injustice, but he does nothing. What in the hell do you call Mission 44? It is a complete institution. It's like something that is really real with a board of directors, with a team of people that have legitimately shown statistics, have legitimately helped kids and people. What do you mean Lewis Hamilton is doing nothing? Literally bringing Carters from areas and communities to give them a shot to get exposed. What are you talking about? He's doing nothing. See, when you open your mouth like that, you just sound totally dumb. You sound like a hater that you are. Okay, Lewis Hamilton is doing plenty. And you show me, I tell you what, if you think he's doing nothing, then other drivers are completely doing dog crap. If you think Lewis Hamilton is doing nothing, as far as injustices, as far as damn diversity, as far as inclusion, as far as anything, human rights, sexual rights, you women rights, you damn sure are crazy. And show me another driver that's doing something if he's doing nothing. Come on, you got to stop with the hate. Blue Diva Naomi is losing her fire fence sitting for Sky. Yeah, that Blue Diva, you probably got a point. You got to find a way to be yourself even in that situation. The mechanic says Scott Putton has said they didn't like it, and your girl Naomi's pretty much a robot now. She follows. Yeah, I got that one. Yeah, you're right. I think so. And it like at first it seemed like she was gonna have her personality, and then it just kind of fell off. And maybe that's the problem with this sport. Maybe they're so but Ted keeps his personality. Ted definitely keeps his personality. Facts. All right. Maybe they don't like, especially when maybe it's a little bit biased, right? Imposing on her. But I gotta say, sometimes it seems like naturally it's her. It's not somebody enforcing things on this. It's just her. But I think they need Wolfpack there. You need Wolfpack to add that flavor, that different, because I'm going to say some things that people might not like. I'm not going to cuss about it, but I'm going to say it because that's how I'm feeling. Because I got to, like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Like, what have you done? Where's your resume? Your resume is probably not much better than mine. How many race wins you got? Probably none. I got none too. I guess we're the same. But things like that happen. So let's get back into this. And these two helmets by far to me are the best. But I like chrome. And Lando's helmet is fire, especially with that textured Lando Norris initials on the side. Lando gets lid of the race weekend to me. All right. Lewis Hamilton's helmets are always, his lids are always fire, always nice. But this chrome one, to go with the chrome livery of McLaren, I gotta give it to Lando on this one. By the way, Lando, I heard your little shot you took during, the conference about Lewis Hamilton breaking track limits. Like, you keep running with it, right? You said no harm, no foul, but then you keep running with it. That is the bit of the assholeness in you. I do know that. The mechanic, Naomi, trying too hard to fit in, and that's another thing. You probably are trying too hard to fit in. Don't try hard to fit in. Just get along with people and be yourself within that space. And that's the best way to go about it. Okay, so next thing we're going to get into, we're going to talk about, we got stars on the paddock. Dancing on the paddock. We got snowfall happening. You know what? If you bring in snowfall, you know what I'm saying? We got some real gangster shit going on. Gangster things are happening on the paddock. If we talk about snowfall, representatives is there. Okay, we talking about Saint. You talking about Saint on the paddock? Oh, you might get slapped. We talking about bricks in the trunk. We talking about flying planes. We talking about all planes, cars, automobiles, and trains. We got Damson on the paddock. Of course, there the mechanic says, Naomi, he says, the chrome helmet is dope, out of this realm. It is, mechanic, I'm telling you. But yeah, we got the filming of the Apex movie coming. Damson, Brad Pitt on the grid, on the paddock at the Silverstone circuit doing their thing. So it was already a bit of a concern for Formula One about how they were going to logistically have this work out, filming a movie throughout the course of a race weekend. So many things going on, so many people there, and I think it's going to be a record-breaking attendance at Silverstone, and rightfully so. They definitely should have a record-breaking attendance. They got a lot going for them. They got the movie they're filming. They got Brad Pitt there. They got Damson there. They got these cars that they've retrofitted out or they've updated to look similar to Formula One cars and their F2 cars. It's so many things. We got lids there. We got at least 3 strong drivers where it's their home race, and we're talking about Lewis Hamilton. We're talking about Russell. We're talking about Lando. We're talking about other drivers in teams that have a home race so people from the factory can come see an Aston Martin. Like, it's a lot of things going on. The Silverstone circuit, its track itself is an attraction already. So the British GP is going to be that. It's going to be that for real. Okay, so if we're talking about everything that's going on with the actual movie, there are some things that I would like to talk about that seem kind of like there could be a connection, but it could be no connection. Okay, Damson being there out of Snowfall, several other movie projects he's done, working his way up to become one of the Hollywood movie stars by way of the UK to America. A lot of UK actors coming to America to act, and rightfully so. They're putting in the work. They're putting in the time. By the way, if you do need Wolfpack for a movie scene, like you're trying to have like one of the pundits, you're trying to have somebody that do this thing for real and come on and add some spice to the movie, call me up, take small check. I'll be there, do it, run a little, whatever kind of third party or, whatever we got to do. B-roll, I'll be that. The mechanic says Brad Pitt and Wesley Snipes, my favorite actors. This movie will be dope. And that's what I'm about to get to. When it comes to car and racing movies, you have to be very careful. There are a lot of movies out there car related. There are a lot of movies out there race related. There are only a few movies that we remember and that we will recall that will be at least in our memory, okay? All right, Rush, Gone in 60 Seconds, Fast and the Furious before they completely screwed it up and just took it downhill and just threw it off a cliff and put it in a bag of fiery dog poop because it has been crap. Ever since really 2, 3, and Tokyo Drift, it really has been on a decline and steadily on a decline. Will I Am says Silverstone is top 3 best track on the calendar, and I'm not even that's true. That's you spitting hardcore facts right there. So you have to be careful. Days of Thunder is another one. You just got to be careful with these car movies, and sometimes where they go and make a mistake is you do too much. You do way too much, and you don't stay really pure to why you're making the movie, who you're making the movie for, okay? You start adding in a bunch of things, sci-fi crap. Next thing I know, I feel like I'm watching part Mission Impossible, part Transformers, part damn any other sci-fi movie, and then some race movie and trying to figure out how to package that all together. That's not the way to go about it. If you went and spent your money on Fast X, just come through the camera right now so I can slap you. Why would you spend your money on that? The last movie, they literally put a car in outer space. Who in street racing is doing that? Nobody. Don't do that. It's horrible. It is the worst. It's so bad. It is so bad. It is so bad. I'm just going to leave it at it's so bad. Okay, it's so bad. The Mechanic, Fast 5, the best, went downhill after that. And listen, and guess what? I participated in the filming of Fast 5 with my S13 and being like extra in the role to kind of get, I met Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel came and saw the car and liked it. Got to meet Dwayne Johnson, and Paul Walker, the producer, damn Han, like Tyrese came on set and definitely is full of himself and definitely self-centered the way he came on set. It was like, damn dude, like, I guess that's why you see him crying on social media. You're like all over the damn place. It was a good time. Very long hours for them to go and mess up film, and then us have to take 2 weeks of filming that we did and try to do it again in 3 days. Lost a lot of footage, lost hella scenes that I was in, especially when Dwayne Johnson came up to break up the Brazil party, and I got a chance to get my little cameo, got ruined because some asshole went and traveled the film back to California and screwed it up by taking it through some magnetic thing, and it just killed it. But anyway, it's not my story, it's their story. So let's talk about some of the things in this movie where I kind of want to bring up some points. All right, I want to bring up some points about this movie. All right, so Brad Pitt, definitely one of my favorite actors. All right, Damson is working his way to be one of my, like, I like him. Well, like, if I see him in a project, I'll check it out. But like when you talk about Denzel Washington, you talk about Don Cheadle, you talk about Morgan Freeman, even Samuel Jackson, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, you talk about Brad Pitt. There's a couple of other guys I like. I can't remember his damn name. There's another guy I like. He played in a few military movies, and he played in one movie where they kept going back on a train with the female, and they were trying to figure out the bomber. He's one of my favorite actors. When I see him in a project, I'll watch it. I think he played in Jarhead with Jamie Foxx. Then you talk about Jamie Foxx, but I'm gonna tell you, none of those actors is better than Denzel Washington. Is the top dog. Like, Denzel is the top dog. I heard somebody try to say that Jamie Foxx was better than Denzel Washington. You're out of your damn mind. You're out of your mind. Brad Pitt better than Leonardo DiCaprio. That's my dog too. Johnny Depp. That's my dog too. Like, they up there. Like, so anyway, these actors are on set, and right here, what you see is Sonny Hayes. All right, this is Brad Pitt's character. Also, you see they use IWC. Can anybody tell me? They kind of mimicking themselves after the best team, right? I'm just throwing shade, but I ain't lying though. But I want to point out some things. that I really want us to pay attention to within this. Now, I'm not saying that these are connections. I'm not saying that these are official connections. I am. And the mechanic says Tyrese out here thinking he an A-list. Sit down. Damn right, he's not that. Will, we want to talk about Driven. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Nuff said, hey, man, that shit was boo-boo. It was boo-boo. All right. Oh, and then, Need for Speed was decent. For what Need for Speed was, that one was a decent one, right? Try to stick to it. That was pretty decent. And who was in that? Michael Keaton. That's another one of my dogs right there. Damn sure one of the actors. So don't sleep on them. Tom Hanks is another one. Like, I can keep going on for some of my actors. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm just trying to kind of be abstract thinking here. Sonny Hayes' number 7. Right? Number 7, it shows up a lot, right? I know it's a team number, but it shows up a lot because you also, with the box situation, there's already like a big meme going out there about the movie 7 that Brad Pitt was in. Lewis Hamilton being the 7th championship world record tie with Schumacher. But there's something else I would like to point out about Damson's character, which I think is Pierce or something like that. We point out his character, it's 9, all right? A lot of people would debate that Lewis Hamilton by now should be a 9-time, maybe even 10-time driving champion, okay? If you take the situation, I think 2016, him and Nico, as far as the reliability issues, I think he might have got edged out by 1 point there, that maybe he should have had that depending on that. If his car doesn't fail, then Lewis Hamilton is at least a champion then. Then you want to bring in 2006? Somebody, I know Mary or Blue Diva or Sylvia Wick will correct me. 2006, 2007 are the situation with BMW Sauber as far as the cooled fuel, illegal fuel. You talk about that. Maybe that changes him into being a 9-time champion. And you could damn sure add 2021 Abu Dhabi, one of the biggest scandals outside of Crashgate to happen. 10-time champion. So some people debate that. So maybe the number 9 ties in with some of the championships that Lewis should have had. At least you could damn sure count the illegal fuel one. They know it was illegal. Things changed right there. Champion. And then Abu Dhabi 2021 champion. That would make Lewis Hamilton a 9-time champion. Grandmaster X, Lewis was asked in Silverstone on his future, and he said he feels good and the GOAT. At least 5 years left. Lewis ain't leaving till he gets his 8th title, and we're going to talk about that as well. We're definitely going to talk about that. So maybe some connections there with not only real life in regards to Lewis Hamilton, because he's also there working with the project of the movie, but some of those things reflecting here in the movie. And I just thought the meme was indeed funny. Now let's talk about the car. The actual car's livery is very familiar to another livery. And as soon as I saw it, I said, it's, the most American, un-American team on the grid is what I immediately thought of, and probably one of the worst sponsors to come in to Formula One being Rich Energy. But I do like the livery. Do I wish or think they could have done a different color scheme with that same design? Yes, I do. I do think that. I think that the gold and the black, which I like gold and black, all right? Big shout out to my alphas, all right? Big shout out to my alphas, all right? Because they also were part of turning my life around, okay? So FIA. But yeah, I do think it could have been different, but it's a good car. So here's a picture, many cameras on the car taking the shots. As you know, they were driving around on soft label tires, soft compound tires. Again, very nice, a very good experience for not only the drivers, but the actors and the crowd to be there and hopefully maybe be able to be incorporated in that somehow or get some piece of experience and exposure to a movie being filmed there. Also, another shot of the car right there, 9, that's going to be Pierce. That's Damson's car, his character. And then another shot of that with the number 7 and the 9 in the same shot. Okay. And maybe what if Lewis Hamilton gets 9 championships? What if he gets 9? That would be crazy, right? From 7 to 9 also being in this movie, maybe that could happen. That's just some that's not even conspiracy. That's just abstract thinking, just thinking about correlations and connections and things that people have debated and talked about. Did they indeed incorporate 7 and 9 because of that? I want to know. I haven't seen anything on a movie. I haven't seen like a TED talk on a movie where they talk about all the little things that they incorporated into the movie to kind of bring it to reality. But there is the livery design of the Rich Energy Haas car. Very, very, very familiar. All right. So, yeah, I don't know why they chose that, but hey, it was that. And now Rich Energy will probably come out with some damn quote or some tweet or some social media post to kind of bring themselves back into the forefront of Formula One during out this weekend. But let's make no mistake. Rich Energy, you were nothing like Mercedes when you were in Formula One. You almost really weren't even in Formula One. You were probably one of the worst sponsors that Formula One has ever had in their history of sponsors. You came in as an energy drink. You left as a soft drink like nobody's business. The money wasn't right. Competition wasn't right. And Gunther probably wasn't happy with you. All right. Gene Haas wasn't happy with you. That was one of the most comical, funny things of a sponsorship debacle that we've seen in Formula One in this new era of Formula One, 10 years and running. It was ridiculous. Please, for us, stay out of Formula One, okay? Just stay out. Haas, for us, do better vetting when you bring your sponsors into Formula One. Can you do that? Just do that for us. So, yeah, very familiar on that. So, Lewis Hamilton, fire suit by Lewis Hamilton. Like, I like this. This what he brought. If you didn't like this, you probably ain't gonna like nothing. I thought that this was very fire what he wore. I definitely like even the fashionable oil stain or dirt stain from like mechanic type work being done. I thought that was a nice incorporation to those threads that Lewis Hamilton was sporting out there. So yeah, I thought it was really nice. I thought it was really cool. But yeah, now let's talk about some racing. Let's talk about Perez just shortly. Perez again. Very close to Verstappen, very close to Max, okay? So either y'all are right or it's just a big-ass coincidence. And I'm not going to say that it's a big-ass coincidence right now. I'm just not up to say that. Very close, like 4/10 off, true, but still second. And we wonder what happened to his pace throughout the course of, the last few races, okay? And then if we go into the FP2, kind of falls off right there, but Sainz pumping in a nice lap by himself. So I'm going to start wondering, is Ferrari joining the party finally? Or are we about to see Ferrari fall flat on their face and show us that they haven't learned anything from what they've done, what they've been developing? And then the big question is going to come, is Charles going to stay? Don't forget, Deputy Team Principal Roscoe is at the track. Yep, there's another one, Blue Diva. Big facts. The mechanic. Nice to the GOAT, Roscoe, too. Yeah, Roscoe's out there. Y'all saw Roscoe. Hey, I'm going to tell you something right now. I know people ain't going to like what I'm about to say. But those dogs are technically not supposed to be even living anymore. Those dogs are high maintenance. Do you understand me? Do you hear what I'm saying? Listen. My cousin breeds those dogs. Those dogs are high maintenance. Their face is mushed up. They got nasal situations. They can't even go. Why you think Lewis Hamilton packing this dog already? It's not a defense dog by any means. That dog will probably roll over and have a heart attack trying to defend you. They can't run far. If the dog runs 50 yards, it's over with, okay? He damn near will kill him. Their tail curls up and it causes like this little mucusy thing. So you got, those dogs have been chosen by natural selection, survival of the fittest, to probably just go to a better place. But people just want to keep breeding them because they are a high commodity. Those dogs bring in several thousands of dollars here in the States. I know one per $5 grand, 10 grand, depending on the litter, the breed, the bloodline, the paperwork. I mean, damn, to me, I need a dog that's going to help me out. Not a dog that's going to fall and roll down the stairs and I got to put him in a wheelchair, or a dog I got to take down the stairs and I got to pet. Come on, Roscoe. Get on my back, Roscoe. Let me take you. Roscoe, I did my workout yesterday, bro. I need you just to be right here. So, but yeah, Roscoe is there. Definitely going to be a situation if that dog doesn't make it anymore. It will be sad. I mean, dogs become family. You know, your pets become like family to kids and adults even. And dogs definitely play a big role in disability, people with disabilities, people that have had traumatic situations happen in their lives, kids and people that have been in the hospital throughout depression and cancer. Dogs have played a big role here on this earth. So big salute and shout out to Roscoe. All right. And good name too. I like Roscoe. Who else we got? Will I Am says, as a card carrying member of the Worldwide Will Federation, we don't claim William Story, founder of Richard. The livery was fire though. It was one of my favorite liveries though. The Rich Energy Drink Haas livery was one of my favorite. That black and the gold is a killer. Like, it's a crush color combination anytime you do it on something, except when I did it during my first variation of my Integra build. Like, I was going with the black and the gold and the painter just did a horrible job, then tried to leave town, and then I had to hunt them down and, you know, do my thing, but guaranteed got like money back, like all my shit back, trust me. And you know, so yeah, you know, it didn't turn out good because he didn't do a good job. 083, by the way, we got another VIP member coming. There will be a VIP box right here this weekend for us to present a new VIP Wolfpack member on Sunday, so be here for that. Also, people that earned and won the Purple Sectors Collection hats, okay, not this one. This one comes in the VIP boxes. You can only get this hat when you get a VIP box. You can't buy this hat. The purple one, everybody can buy. Purple Sectors Lifestyle is out there. 70 Dodge Man needs to get with me in the DM of the Discord or some type of social media outlet. Sylvia Witt Kelly, get with me. Make sure you send me an updated address so I can send your hat out with. To Yo-Yo1, please get with me so I can get your hat sent out to me. DM me on some social media platform so I can get you your hat. Mr. Cedric, you got with me. I need you to list your address. Listen, people, when you send me your shipping address, send it in the format that it needs to be put on a shipping label. Okay, your name, your street address, your province, your flat, your damn country, your code, all of that. Send it in the form that it goes on the shipping label. Some of y'all send me an address and it's just like a big run-on sentence, okay? Like, I live in America. I'm not always familiar with addresses in the UK and Japan and Switzerland and Ireland. Like, send it as it needs to be listed on the shipping label, okay? So those 4 people have hats. Now listen, this is what I'm gonna do. If I don't hear from some of these people within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to spin that same wheel with those names on it, and we're gonna get another person that will get a hat, okay? I'm not gonna hold it back. That hat's going out to somebody. I prefer it go out to the first 4. But if somebody don't get with me, I can't do nothing about that. I will spin again. Somebody that was eligible to get a hat will have another opportunity to get one, and hopefully they will get with me and send me their shipping address. So yeah, so we got Fire Liz at the British GP. We got Ferrari doing Ferrari things and free practice already. We got Williams looking like they stepping up to proclaim a mid-good team battle, competitive team. Mary Beanie says, hey, Damien, do you really want me to start 80-21? Somebody in here must be clowning. Somebody in here about to get that smoke. Somebody must be about to get some smoke. I didn't even see it in the chat. Damn, Mary Beanie about to clown somebody. So DeVries, let's talk about DeVries. Let's talk about DeVries. DeVries right now, I'm still campaigning that he needs another season. He's still a rookie nonetheless, although a very extensive resume. He's still a rookie, and I think he deserves at least another season before they boot him. But we need to understand something. Nick DeVries, you need to understand something. I know Max came and put a good word for you in Helmut Marko's ear, and you got the job, but you need to understand something about the ecosystem of Red Bull AlphaTauri. They do not like to waste time. They do not like to put and invest in drivers that they don't think they're going to get a return on investment from. Since you've been in that AT and outside of that Williams in that season where you brought home points, you've done nothing. You've brought home nothing. You've brought home no points. You've crashed. You've been off track. You were off track in free practice. You had a puncture in free practice. You haven't done much for AlphaTauri. You made Yuki look like a rock star, and he loves you for it. You better show up and show out next season, 2024. Are you going to find yourself in a reserve driver role or back on somebody's simulator? That's what I got to say to Nick DeVries. And back to our further scheduled program. Not trying to be harsh, just being real, Nick. Okay, so we're going to see about this movie when it actually comes out. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully they don't jack it up. We're going to see what happens in the following weeks, but we're still in this race week. We're going to be live tomorrow for qualifying. Quick kickback quality will be here. We're going to be live on Sunday for race day, and I think we're going to go ahead and have our Wolves Den meet. It may be tonight. I might go ahead and do it tonight, but honestly, no, let's wait until tomorrow. Let's wait until after qualifying because some juicy things can happen after qualifying. So let's wait, and we'll have the Discord Wolves Den meet in the Discord tomorrow. I will set the time and put the flyer up for that so everybody knows what time we're going to jump in that chat room and start going crazy. So big shout out to everybody. We're in another race week. We're gonna go live all through the week. Hopefully we have a very entertaining race, a very competitive race. Hopefully Williams will be, I want to see both Williams cars bring points home, but I want to see Pia in the top 5. And I want to see him above Logan Sargent. Just saying, Will, no hate, bro, but I'm trying to win. I'm trying to have the person with the best rookie at the end of the season. So I want you to do your best, but I want my driver to do better than that. So big shout out to y'all. Y'all stay up. Y'all remember, come back here live, hit subscribe. Go head over to Threads, the new Instagram platform. Follow me on Threads, Wolfpack Performance, F1 Minute, all those things. Go over to the Spotify and go ahead and give the podcast a 5-star review, all right? We out of here. Peace.